The Torah tells us that when Moses left the children of Israel to ascend Mount Sinai and receive the Aseret HaDibrot, the 10 Commandments, along with many other mitzvot with which to instruct and guide the people, they became impatient with his absence. And in their anxiety, they assumed that Moses had vanished and that they needed something new to rally around. So what did they do? What? Yes, zahav, gold, more gold. And they constructed an egel zahav, a golden calf. Now, in the tradition, the sin of the golden calf is seen as the archetype of all folly, only rivaled by Adam and Eve eating from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And so this golden calf and the eating of the forbidden fruit are the two primal spiritual follies according to our tradition. But today, we are making the same two mistakes. We are both eating from the tree of knowledge and also worshiping an idol of our own making. Only for us, the idol is not a calf, but an elephant. That is the giant elephant in the room. And why do we fear addressing the giant elephant in the room? Because we've eaten from the tree of knowledge, meaning we worship the idols of our own thoughts, feelings, and opinions. The elephant in the room, of course, is the polarization of the Jewish people. The bitterness, aggressiveness, and negativity fueled by our different, mostly political views. Why is this so? We must realize that the enemy is not having different points of view. In fact, the embrace of debate is the genius of rabbinic Judaism. The idea that an argument can be sacred and that the voice of God is not merely a monolith given by Moses, but rather it arises out of the tensions of disagreement, out of the machloket that is l'shem shemayim, the argument for the sake of heaven. So what does that mean, l'shem shemayim, for the sake of heaven? It means that our thoughts, the stuff of our different opinions, arise within the space, the spacious field of consciousness that we are beyond our thoughts, beyond our feelings. And that means not being identified with our thoughts, but rather being identified with the openness, the awareness that is, by its nature, always open to learn something new, rather than be stuck in golden calves of fixed opinions. Because if there is any hope at all, and there is, of bringing the unbroken wholeness of consciousness into the brokenness of polarized perspectives, if there is the possibility of deep healing for our people and for the world, and there is, then it lies within this supreme task to hold our own thoughts and opinions with a spirit of humility, to see the deeper reality of others and not be stuck in our often unconsciously motivated automatic judgments. So how do we do that, though? It sounds nice, but how do you do it? On Friday nights, I attend our synagogue in Tucson, and afterward, I walk home with my dear friend, Rabbi Avi Albert. He always says to me, "So, what's happening?" Because it's the first time usually that I talk to him since last Shabbos. And so I'll tell him what's going on, what I'm thinking about, and I'll ask him what's happening, and we'll talk about family and work and politics and Torah and whatever comes up. But a couple of weeks ago, as we walked back from shul, Avi said his usual, "So, what's happening?" And I started to respond when suddenly we heard the piercing screech of a hawk. We were stopped in our tracks. We looked and saw two of them circling and then coming to perch on a telephone wire. Huge, beautiful, yet terrifying birds. Not terrifying to us, of course, but probably to their prey. And we stopped and watched in awe. In an instant, all the personal gab was gone, and there was witnessing of these creatures, witnessing of being, a total shift from thinking and talking to presence, a shift from the ordinary into the sacred. And in that witnessing, thoughts and feelings and opinions and perspectives were still there, but they were no longer a golden elephant. The deeper level of being became visible. My friends, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is also screeching at us, as at Sinai. Rav lachem shevet bahar hazeh. Too much already of you dwelling by this mountain. It's time to move on. In other words, stop clinging to the idolatry of the mind. If you don't open your heart to the deeper truth, then all of your aims, all of your politics, no matter how well-intentioned, will simply recapitulate the very things you are against and push away the very things that we all want. But with a spirit of humility and gratitude, see what happens. The miracles are coming. The miracles are coming. I invite you to drop into the timeless present, feeling the flow of your breathing, letting your awareness be in your ears. Most importantly, seeing if you can explore who are you when you are simply this listening. Who are you when you drop into this silence? What is this silent field within which these words are heard? The vehicles passing outside. The sound of a little voice. Can the heart become aware of the most miraculous gift that we already have? And in the spirit of that thank you, let's come together in prayer.